Hey, what's up everyone? Welcome to part 2 to my previous video regarding various events happening in the world around us. I pick up where I left off last regarding evidence of a biblical earthquake. Archaeological evidence discovered in the city of David in Jerusalem. And I never noticed that looks like an elephant right there. Interesting. That looks like an elephant and kind of looks like a person with his hand up back there, but that's a tree. Alright, next. And this is a little known fact. There are 10 interstate pipelines that are at high risk for multiple damage from the New Madrid and Wabash Valley earthquakes. If you don't know or are not familiar with the New Madrid fault line, this fault line actually caused an 8.0 earthquake, and local meteorologist Davis Nolan did a special segment on this back in, I think it was 2018. I might be off on the year, but I might have been off on that. But several years ago, he did a segment on it regarding the gigantic earthquake that took place that was felt all across the United States. Had it happened now and not in the not at the time that it did, it would have been extremely devastating. If you can read these are the pipelines listed right there, and their corresponding colors. This is a preliminary map, very basic map, back from August 7th. 7 pyroclastic flows in Merapi, Indonesia, possible underwater eruption in Iceland, and the Popocatépetl volcano exploded in Mexico, and Campi Flegrei in Italy. Now, just keeping you aware of such situations, this is the USGS, the evidence of the highest risk areas for earthquakes in the United States. And it's just something that people really, I know no one likes to think about, but it's just something to look at. Never noticed that face right there, looks like a ghost. I see faces and everything, but there is the Tennessee New Madrid, Missouri fault line. Now, something people really are not aware of is that minor volcanic eruptions can cause global catastrophes. And as you can see, these are the volcanoes that are active around this world. They're especially active along the Ring of Fire. And they say that critical Atlantic Ocean system is on the brink of collapse. That can actually trigger record cold in Europe. You see the oil in the ocean there, which is not good. And if you don't remember, I'll recap you. Back on August 6, 2021, the Grand Canyon reached 115 degrees. And some Dixie Fire residents so desperate that they pulled out guns on firefighters. Very active volcanic month and earthquake month. On August 5th, 3 different volcanoes in Alaska spit ash and fire into the atmosphere. And a mysterious floating island hovered over the Glacier Lake, over a lake in Glacier Bay, I should say, which is the National Park and Reserve in Alaska. This is what they call an apocalypse image out of Yakutia, from the fires and smoke causing the sky to turn blood red once again. And as we see solar wind interfering with the electromagnetics of the devices we use here on Earth and around the Earth, and solar winds are flaring up as we are in cycle number 25, seemingly going full swing. Lots of fish died and maggots are filling Lido Beach back on August 4th, I believe this was. This was a violent eruption on August 3rd of the Stromboli volcano. International images that we see everywhere, these international fires in 2021, 91 wildfires were burning on August 2nd. They said burning across the United States, states of emergency, mass evacuations in Turkey, Greece, Italy, and just heat waves on the march everywhere. Do I think this is manipulated? Yes, I really do. I believe in weather modification, and recently, if you watch the recent articles, they are creating rain, and if one country can do it, why not other people? Weather modification was laughed at when we mentioned it before, and mentioned as a CT, as just a plain conspiracy, basically, and now they flat out state it. And electrically charging the atmosphere to create weather situations such as rain. And when you see things like that happening, it's obvious that they can do, well, many different things. And if you've heard of the butterfly effect, what you do in one place, the energy carries on and can cause something major or catastrophe to happen somewhere else. They put out an excuse of people starting these fires, but DEWs, I believe, are in play. I do believe that Weather Mod is in play. I do believe also that the people are and organizations are setting these fires as well. I believe they could definitely use Weather Mod to put these fires out, just as they're doing in other nations, but they refuse to do so. Fireballs spooked people in Spain, Turkey, and all across this world on August 1st. They were seen and heard from U.S., Canada, Spain, and Turkey. Astronomers discovered two unusually red outer solar system bodies beyond the asteroid belt. Some studies suggest the next 20 to 30 years, assuming we make it that long, will be cold, and that's worse than warming would be. Climate scientists talk about that. Of course, they're always changing their information. But these maps here show you which crops would be wiped out during devastating droughts.